My name is Dr. Blanche Glimpse. I'm one of the editors of the book, hashtag Me Too Issues in Religious-Based Institutions and Organizations. At the time we wrote the book, I was affiliated with Tennessee State University. I am now retired. I teach part-time at some local university. I've been a teacher, an educator for over 50 years.
Hello, I'm Dr. Farron Ford. I've spent more than 50 years of my life as an educator, starting out as a teacher for Head Start, working with special needs students at times, and finally finishing up at the university level with grad students.
I am very interested in issues of diversity. And during the Me Too movement, it reminded me of the long history of African Americans being victimized by sexual violence, beginning with their entry into this country and other countries. Those countries practice cruelty, placing fellow humans in unpaid bondage through slavery. And then I also became aware of Tarana Burke's effort through the Me Too movement, where she was trying to find a way to lead African American girls and women into healing after sexual violence. I was struck by the numerous instances of gender-based violation that was going on in industry, in the legislature, and in the movie industry, Catholic Church. But unfortunately, sexual violence is not confined to the workplace. At that time, media attention was being placed on the Catholic Church with consequent prosecution of those who were sexually abusing children and women and men. So I began to wonder whether the same thing was going on in other religious traditions. That led us to explore the issues through this edited book.
I've had a long time to think about what it was like growing up as an African American female and the challenges that I encountered. And one of the things that I realized was that as an African American female growing up in a highly racist society, that there were a lot of challenges. Moreover, when I looked at the Presbyterian Church in which I grew up, I recognized that even though we were taught that God created us all in his image and we were all equal, that didn't seem to be the case within that institution, because all the positions of power and authority at the time were held by men. So what I saw was the intersection of race and gender and religion, and on a macro and micro level. So Blanche and I, when we started to talk about this, and particularly within the context of things that are going on currently, we wanted to do something to really examine this in more detail and from multiple perspectives.
The intention of the book is to shed light on the situation in order to generate conversations concerning solution, and it's intended for those who are interested in the topic. It is the audience is inclusive. It's intended to bring readers into the topic and engage them in exploring solutions.
This book is very inclusive, and as such, we think that almost anyone would find it of interest and find it valuable. So if you're an advanced researcher, there would be something for you, as well as the ordinary layperson who might choose to read through some of the articles in there that really speak to the everyday issues that affect people.
We're hoping to do is to expose the oppressive power relationships in religious-based institutions and organizations. We wanted to start community building. We wanted to continue with the purposeful conversation concerning sexual aggression. And we wanted to empower the most marginalized to fight oppression. And we were hoping to do that through the issues we exposed in the book. So our whole purpose was to energize, enlighten, and inspired to agitate for change.
That we really wanted to do is to say something. And as the late Representative Lewis just said, if you see something that's wrong, then you should take action and say something. So with this book, that is what Dr. Lance Jackson Glimpse and I are doing. We are saying something, we're speaking out, and we want to help with the movement. I think it's been gratifying to see the intersection, if you will, of the Black Lives Movement with the Me Too movement. So we think this book will be very timely. We think it's an easy read, and we hope that you will enjoy it.
The book is comprised of peer-reviewed chapters representing #MeToo issues from a global perspective. And it was our hope as editors that each of those chapters will help illustrate the many aspects of sexual violence and violations in religious-based institutions and organizations. So our book, we believe, is unique because we're focusing on religious-based institutions and organizations where sexual violence is occurring.
One of the things also that came out of this book, because it has an international perspective as well as a national perspective, is we find that obviously these things are across the world. But I think what was very important is we also find that it's not just males who are perpetrators, that sometimes it's females, and we need to bring that out as well.
What's exciting about the book is that there are chapters written from the perspective of Israel, Zimbabwe, here in the United States.
So what you will notice about our book, it is very inclusive, and we meant it to be inclusive. So we have contributors from different parts of the world, such as Jamaica, people in Zimbabwe, a person from Israel. And additionally, it's not just researchers, as we would say, but we have contributions from an undergraduate African-American female who shares her experiences at a Catholic institution.
Suitable for use in your course syllabus and as an integral resource for research advancements within your department, this publication should be included within your institution's library along with these related publications. Offered in print, ebook, print plus ebook, and as a part of IGI Global's Emphasized Books, this publication is available for purchase directly through IGI Global's online bookstore, as well as many other major booksellers and platforms, such as EBSCOhost, Gobi, ProQuest, and Oasis. Recommend to your librarian today.